I really hate the word entertainment because it takes away all the weight and the gravity of what goes on in the process of filmmaking.
This is something about only our industry, which is really very bad.
So technically speaking, I'm an assistant director. So basically, if you look up assistant director ka job, it's very grey. There's no definition of it. And as of like, I've been here 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, and I have seen that there's no real definition. It's just I'm here for whatever the director needs in terms of his process, and that's it. Like literally, but yeah, you just have to keep your eyes and ears open, and that's it. You should be with the director and be at one with his vision. That's it.
I would say that I come in at a very early stage after the director or writer has come up with their script or their story, which can be in written or in their mind. And they approach me, and if I like it, and if I feel it is worthy enough to make a profit at the end of the day, on a storyline or a message as well, I do invest in that. During the process of the film, a producer has to finalize payments with the actors, with the cast, the light guys, the sound dada, and so on and so forth. Yes, of course, after that, I do have to sell a film, which is a very tedious job. Which at the moment, short films, or I would say currently the cinema we are making, does not have a very big market. But digital has come in place, and I do feel that eventually people, now that they've become much more busy and they're not going to cinemas and they just want to see something small and confined, not like a drama or something or even a series. So I feel that yes, in the coming years, people will watch the short movies, which can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 60 minutes, and it would be a market, and that's what we are hoping for, because that's something that we do specialize in.
So basically, director of photography and cinematography is the same term, but then initially it used to be like a director of photography directs the camera operator and the people who are shooting the film, but now it's the same term. And cinematography is the one who can do as a whole, but they don't really differentiate anymore. So we usually work closely with the director. So we come in when the director has a script final and when he has a vision about what he wants the film to look like. So it comes a lot with camera movements, lighting, composition, and then after director we work closely with the art and the costume department. So because sometimes there are sequences where there is some kind of frame and then you need to crop it up, or the color palettes or any sort of those things. And then after the whole shoot and filming pre is done, then our job is to sit for the color grading. That's the final process of the film, where we shoot everything in raw and post we change the colors and make it look more like. Editing, we have separate editors, and post editing, which is color grading, is what comes in under our department.
Okay, so I usually come in maybe after the second, sometimes after the third draft of the script. So usually Kabir calls me up and it's like, I'd like you to take a look at this and tell me what you think and what changes you like to make, or what editing you'd like to do, like to make it more feasible, to make it more crisp. So usually I'm an English major, so my command of the language is not insignificant, but usually I'm the one who kind of like tightens up the script a little bit, and then kind of Kabir and I work on track changes together, and then I'll send him my version back, and then he'll send me his version back. So that's usually how that works. I also sometimes translate the scripts from one language to another. Like suppose the script is in Hindi and we need it in English for some reason or the other, subtitles or some music composition or whatever, then I will translate it and then I'll send the translated version to Kabir.
Honestly speaking, like I said, I'm with the director. We had one with it. So I'm there when the idea comes. I'm not there physically, but just like he has an idea, he writes it, and then he probably like I've been here for 2 weeks, like I said, and I have read I don't know 5-6 stories and 5-6 scripts I've read that he's written, and he asks my opinion on it, and then he gives like some work to do, like make a short breakdown or something. So I feel like I've been like I'm there since the start. Like once the script is ready or once he's confident that okay, this is something that we have to do, that's when I come in and I'm just there. You know, like honestly speaking, an assistant director is just there. That's it. Like, that's all you have to do.
I accept the project when I'm not getting any returns on. So then I feel that what, let time play its role. Maybe currently I am unable to sell it on a particular platform, or my stars are not that strong. But I do have faith, and I feel that yes, someday I will be able to sell everything. It's not that films just that don't release die off. They are there, they do get released. Maybe not today, maybe after 20 years. But it is something that we have made, and it's something that's going to last and never going to die. So it's not that I'm exiting out of anything, it's just that I'm taking a pause if the film does not release.
So usually we enter when, as I mentioned, when the script is ready and when we are about to go floors, like a month or two. It really depends on the kind of project it is. So we usually work with the director as we decide the look and feel of the film. We get through references and that the whole process of how the film should look, and then after shooting, the last step, color grading, is where we actually end the job. So after the whole edit, sound, everything is done, the last stage in which the film is finally graded is like depends on how long the film is and how long it takes to grade. It doesn't take a lot of months now, but it just takes some time, and then after that, we give the final output. Even ADs, even producers, anybody, even the editors, because for ADs it becomes like they have to finish the whole film, make sure they do all the coordination for the release. For producer, it's more about distribution. Their work ends when they finally sell the film or distribute it to some place. So most of the departments, I think they work till the end, but in bits and pieces.
So with the latest project, that's Sutta Bazi, I came in fairly early on, but not like at the beginning. He already had a second draft ready, and I just tightened the language on that. And what Kabir likes to do is he likes to have a sit down with the crew where we come to the office, we'll sit down usually over there in that lovely corner, and we all sit and we listen to him narrate the script. And when he narrates the script, everyone will be taking notes about what needs to be done, what needs to be changed, what they think could be better, what they think could be more interesting or less interesting, or how basically we're going to make the film as a crew. Now I'm there for that, and then if I can, I'm usually there on set during shooting, because one thing is that job descriptions are very fluid. So you might just be like, officially I'm the creative associate, but when you're on set, you're just like, someone is just like, oh my god, we ran out of sellotape, or oh, we need this prop, or we need that prop, or listen, we've run out of coffee, can someone go? So usually it's like we're a whole group of people, and if we need something to get something done, no matter who it is, they'll just get it done if they have the time. So usually I exit like after the shoot.
For the focus on quality over quantity. I mean, see, I know nothing about finance, so I can't really comment on that. But I feel like world cinema in general, I feel like it's and the audiences too. They want something quick and fast, something that will entertain them. I feel like I really hate the word entertainment because it takes away all the weight and the gravity of what goes on in the process of filmmaking. And because of that, I feel like I have personally been across a lot of directors who say, yeah, something like that. Based on what I've seen, there should be like a good balance as to what of quantity and quality. And I feel like the quality part is something that people are ignoring, and it's like at a rise as of right now. And I feel like if we can just realize that it's more than just quick entertainment and just ha 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 and just get away. It's more than just a Friday movie. It's something that lives on forever. And so for it to have that worth to live on forever, it has to have that quality and those ideas that it speaks about.
One major thing that I feel is that those who are not filmmakers and those who are not into filmmaking, they don't understand this job. They feel that it's a very glamorous time pass industry where I'm just like जाके shoot करके आ रहा हूँ, but that's not true. You're like working for like more like when there are bigger projects like a feature or something, you are working for like 40-50 days and it's a 12 to 12 shift. 12 to 12 shift plus going and coming करके वो पूरा 15 घंटे का हो जाता है. There's no like Saturday, Sunday. There's no like unless there's a bigger festival. There's no like as a festival. There's a lot that goes into filmmaking which is not respected. When anything has to be attacked, it's first it's the film industry and Bollywood. Like तुम लोग क्या ही हो. And it's very hard working also. If you're a freelancer, then or you are even working for some company. If you work for some company, then you are working a lot. But if you're a freelancer, sometimes you have work, sometimes you don't. So it's not that there's a easy come and go of money. And then sometimes you do passion projects, and sometimes you do money just for money, and not. So those kind of struggles are there, and I think that should be respected more than just to be behind.
The people who work behind the camera, they are not taken very seriously in this industry, which is fair enough. But what people don't understand is that star रहे ना रहे, उसका एक time period होता है. Director producer का एक time period होता है. But your sound guy, your media guy, your dubbing guy, this guy is going to. He must have started when he was in his 20s, and he's still doing it till he's in the 70s. So, screwing with such people, or even not having the correct connect with them, can play a very major role in building your film or ruining it. It's something that I feel very deeply about.
Well, it's a couple of things really, but I grew up watching movies with Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor, and there was a certain kind of elegance in them and in their films, like in Funny Face and Gone with the Wind and Cleopatra and all of those. So I'd love to see like a re-emergence of that grace and elegance that was seen in those old movies in today's films. Aside from that, I feel like a lot of communities have been marginalized since forever. But I feel like with emerging acceptance and tolerance in this country, I feel like people from like scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and members of the LGBT community, I think they deserve to have a voice, and I'd like to see them get that voice within the next couple of years, and hopefully it's something that stays. And sometimes even in some films where they are like seen, they're either fetishized or stigmatized, and it's just I mean, think of how they feel when they see themselves on screen and see themselves as either the villains or the comic relief or the gay best friend. And I'm just like, well, what about films that focus on them entirely? And why do they have to be art films? Why can't they be mainstream films? And so I feel like there is a space for members of the LGBT community and other marginalized sects to kind of, be brought forth into the limelight. So that's something I'd like to see in the future.
Treat them like normal.
Exactly. Treat them like normal human beings and not like this rare animal, like, I don't know, a white tiger or whatever. It's just...
I have a very personal situation which I have discussed with a number of producers and directors around the globe. And I feel that this is something about only our industry which is really very bad. And that one thing is, आदमी काम क्यों करता है? पहले क्यों करता है? पैसे कमाने के लिए, of course, अपना पेट पालने के लिए. हमारे इंडस्ट्री में सबको चाहिए कि पिक्चर के चालू होने से लेकर पिक्चर के अंत तक प्रोड्यूसर या कंपनी या प्रोडक्शन आपको खाना प्रोवाइड करे, जो मेरे नज़र में बहुत गलत है. You are working to to feed yourself. You want anything else, ask. But keep the respect of your stomach, work and eat your own food. This is something that comes morally from inside where I feel that, you know what, this is something that has been ruined in the past 30 years or so. पहले ऐसा नहीं था. आज भी हर फैक्ट्री में देखो डब्बा आता है. आदमी खुद अपना डब्बा लाता है, ऑफिस में खुद डब्बे लाता है. हमारी इंडस्ट्री में आदमी ने अब उनसे मजाक बना दिया है, बट दे आर टेकिंग इट हियर सेट पे सब मिलता है. That should get changed. अंत में you are doing creativity, you are doing whatever. तो खाने के लिए करते हैं. Give that respect. That is one thing that I feel in our industry, worldwide, in the film, TV, media industry, is really very bad. And that should change.